What's up, everybody? This is Carmine Davis, and you are tuned in to the Carmine Davis Show. What's up? What's up, everybody? Season 5, Episode 3. I'm feeling good. Child, Diddy. Okay, Diddy done got some more charges. 2 new sex crime charges a month before his trial, and Terrance Howard said everybody at that motherfucking party was trying to fuck, and he was not going for it. And also, a little bit more of a Kardashian drama. You know we love to talk about the Kardashians. Kim and Lala Anthony are doing a new show called Group Chat. Let's get into these hot topics. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis, and Twitter @Carmine Davis everywhere. Okay, you can go to our look for Carmine Davis. I'm there. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay. Diddy. Well, let's say the Diddy meet to pause. The Diddy meet. Let's get into this Lala and Kim Kardashian show, which actually sounds pretty good. Okay, from lovebescott.com, Hulu picks up Lala Anthony and Kim Kardashian's Kenya Barris-produced series Group Chat. Hulu has officially ordered a pilot for Group Chat, a satirical comedy to be led by Lala Anthony, BMF, who also serves as executive producers. Okay, Lala. Group Chat lands at Hulu for development in summer 2024 as the first project under a first look deal Kardashian signed with 20th Television. The Disney TV Studios division co-produces the comedy with BET Studios, where Barris is a principal partner. Loosely inspired by Anthony's bestseller, The Love Playbook, Rules for Love and Sex and Happiness, Group Chat revolves around 5 fly, successful women in their 40s who have conquered LA and seemingly have it all. But behind their picture-perfect lives is a secret group chat where the real drama unfolds in their world. The truth is messier, more unfiltered, and more juicier than anyone could imagine. Longtime close friends Kardashian and Anthony executive produced alongside Barris and Adam Kassan via Kablo Inc. Society. Hulu has been ramping up the live-action comedy slate. Mid-Century Modern, which originated as a pilot, just premiered last week with Glenn Powell's Chad Powers coming later this year. Another comedy pilot, Phony, starring Connie Britton, remains in contention. At Hulu, Kardashian also stars and executive produces the upcoming Ryan Murphy legal drama series, All's Fair, and executive produces the streamer's top unscripted series, The Kardashians. Additionally, she executive produces with Emma Roberts the drama series Calabasas in the works at Netflix. She's repped by WME. Barris, the creator, executive producer of the Blackish franchise that spanned 3 series, executive produced the praised BET Plus series Drama from Detroit, created by and starring De'Ara Kilpatrick and the Vince Staples Show for Netflix, where he also wrote and directed the movie You People. Barris and Kablu Inc. Society are repped by WME, Artists First, and attorney Greg Gelman and Morris Yorn. Known for her role on Stars is Power, Anthony is a series regular on BMF and recurred on The Chi. She also appeared on Barris' show Grownish and in You People. Her first book, the 2014 The Love Playbook, was followed by The Power Playbook. Anthony is repped by WME, United Entertainment, and attorney Renee Farrell. Okay, I talk shit about the Kardashians, but one thing I will never shade them for is their business dealings. They are in it, honey, and they are in it to win it. Lala, I love everything Lala does. To me, Lala is everything. She's really the type of bitch that I would hang out with. Like, I love Lala. I think this is going to be tea. Like, this is going to be a really good show. I love this platform for them. They built this for, they're building their platforms and creating content loosely based off their lives, off their image, their brands, and all their projects. So, snaps for that. We're going to be watching that when it drops. I know it's going to be good. Kenya Barris, all the issues were great. Like, I love Kenya Barris. I would love to work with Kenya Barris. And I would love to work with Lala. And you got to respect the Kardashians to a certain extent. I don't know if I wouldn't tell them no, of course. I'm everything but a fool. So I wouldn't tell them hoes no, but I would definitely work with Lala and Kenya Barris before I work with the Kardashians, just off the culture. Comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. Leave a comment, and we're gonna go on to the next hot topic. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe on all of our socials: Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. I'm Carmine Davis everywhere. Okay. LoveYouScott.com reports Diddy catches 2 new sex crime charges 1 month ahead of trial. Okay, and for the second time in as many months, Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on criminal charges by the Department of Justice. Last September, the Bad Boy Records founder was initially charged with 1 count of racketeering, conspiracy, 1 count of sex trafficking, and 1 count of transportation to engage in prostitution. Made public Friday, April the 4th morning in Manhattan federal court, this is like a couple of days ago, the new indictment adds 1 more count each of sex trafficking and transportation to engaging in prostitution. The Post reports these charges pertain to second alleged victim. The filing indicts. The new indictment highlights the role of Diddy's freak-off parties and his alleged sex trafficking, with prosecutors describing the highly discussed gathering as elaborate and produced sex performances in which Puffs used threats of force and coercion to get women to sleep with male prostitutes. Earlier this week, a rep for the hip-hop producer insisted that Diddy's freak-offs were always consensual. The 2 additional charges come just 1 month ahead of his trial, as jury selection is scheduled to begin May the 5th, while the trial itself is expected to start May the 12th. Combs is currently behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center and has pled not guilty to all 5 charges. Honey, he looks forward to his day in court, when it will become clear that he has never forced anyone to engage in sexual acts against their will. His lawyer, Mark Anglifilio, has said. Okay, so I've said this before on the show, and I'll say it again. This is why I also recommend, even though I think Diddy and R. Kelly should go to be locked away for a while, I think this is why so many people repeat the cycle that they repeat and get back into prisons and all that. We need to enforce a lot of, I don't want to say I'm going to say it. Like, there needs to be a lot of mental work, a lot of mental health, and these men need to be transported to mental facilities, not just prisons, because they don't know what they're doing is wrong. You can't convince R. Kelly what he did was wrong. Still to this day, right now, if you talk to R. Kelly right now, he is not a better person than he was when he was committing these crimes, because he does not know mentally what he has done. R. Kelly is telling you he does not feel like what he did was a crime. Why is that going over anybody's head? So rehabilitating these people, we put them out there and beat on them, you know what I'm saying? Like, after we have just brought them up to a high, these freak-off parties were had everybody there. Every celebrity was there. Everybody was there getting their, their nut or whatever. And then years later, when it's time to get got, you have to explain to him why calling prostitutes and telling them, bitch, you better bring your ass over here. Like, it's some niggas out here. I'm willing to pay you this. That's illegal. That's illegal. And to him, in his mind, it wasn't because he was paying them or they were getting paid to do these things. But when that's still racketeering, that's an organized crime. There's different. And then if you let people, if we had them sitting in mental facilities and had them to discuss with professionals why their feelings are valid, but their actions are not, that would change everything. You know what I'm saying? There are men right now who do sex parties, freak-offs, right now, who do the same thing, who do not know that forcing young girls to come out and fuck these old men is illegal. Do you get what I'm coming from? Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. I think it's high time that somebody has to step in and explain to these men, rehabilitate these men, instead of just throwing stones at them, telling them that they're wrong, and throwing them into the chokey for 20, 30 years, and then expecting them to change. That's not going to work. That's evidence proved time and time again that does not work. Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not defending Diddy at all. I think Diddy needs to be locked away. I think what Diddy did is wrong. But he doesn't know that. So what is the point of punishing someone? It's like, I think of it like beating a dog. Like, why would you beat a dog for doing something? You just put fear into the dog. The dog doesn't understand what they're doing is wrong. Like, you just are beating, you're an animal abuser. Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. Follow us on all of our social. Oh, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I'm sorry. Follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. TikTok.com/Carmine Davis. Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. At Carmine Davis everywhere. And we're going to go on to the next hot topic. LoveBeScott.com. Speaking of Diddy's freak off parties, Terrence Howard claims Sean Diddy Combs tried to fuck him. I don't been over in that way. Terrence Howard just gave a glimpse into what he said was the dark side of Hollywood, and one example he used from his personal experience was none other than Diddy. Now, I'm gonna hold on, a little bit of my coffee. I got the Santa cup like 2 or 3 Christmases ago. It's my favorite cup. It's my favorite cup. And I use it all the time. It's a Christmas cup, but I use it all the time. So if you see it, child, it's middle of spring. But I love this cup. Okay. Anyway, this is the talk. This is what I wanted. I wanted celebrities to come out and speak about their experiences at these freak-offs because they're real. You know, every celebrity has gone. Even some people who work in the industry or, a janitor could go to a freak-off if they were invited or knew someone, right? And I wanted them to come out and talk about their experiences, but everybody was kind of scared. But of course, Terrence Howard came out and talked about it. So let's get into it, okay? Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come teach him he wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Oh, okay. Woo, pause. Okay, the Hustle and Flow star 56 alleged on the PBD podcast Friday. However, Howard claimed that when he would visit Combs 55 to work on acting material, the embattled rapper would just be sitting and looking at him. The Get Rich or Die Trying actor alleged that Combs then asked to hear his music, but when he tried playing it for him, the Bad Boy Records founder was allegedly once again just sitting there. Howard said he was confused by his alleged behavior, so he asked his assistant for clarity. Howard's assistant allegedly responded, "I think he's trying to fuck you," which prompted the Iron Man actor to allegedly cut off all communication with Combs moving forward. That's a real bitch. That's the kind of assistant I need, bitch. Tell me, girl, is he trying to fuck? Like, he's trying to fuck, bitch. And they do be trying to fuck. Okay, now you know to be hands-off with somebody, Howard explained before noting he allegedly had similar experiences with a number of producers whom he had to threaten to punch or knock their head off. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back, the Best Man star added on the podcast. I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything. Page Six has reached out to Combs' reps for comment, but did not immediately reply back. Howard's allegations come 10 years after Page Six exclusively reported that Combs had banned his sons from appearing on the actor's hit show Empire. Ooh! Sources told us that the Last Night rapper's stepson, Quincy Brown, was guaranteed a part on the Fox drama, but Combs halted that when he learned a portion of his music rights would be signed over. Diddy kicked up a huge stink and called the top brass at 20th Century Fox TV to get them to change their rules over music rights, but he didn't get his way, an insider claimed. He said there was no way his sons were signing over his intellectual property, so he banned him from the show. It's unclear whether Combs' decision had anything to do with the parent-strained relationship with Howard. The Oscar nominee is the first major celeb to accused the All About the Benjamins rapper to actually trying to have sex with him. Others, like Nick Cannon, have denied taking part in Combs' alleged nefarious freak-off parties, and Justin Bieber, the music mogul's former mentee, has tried to distance himself from the rumors. However, there are dozens of men and women who are not famous who have come forward. Most recently, Joseph Mendero claimed in a new lawsuit that the I Need a Girl rapper facilitated and engaged in trafficking him and directly perpetrated acts of sexual violence towards him in April of 2015. Combs told Page Six in response to the suit earlier this week, this complaint demonstrates the depraved lengths plaintiffs will travel to garner headlines in pursuit of a payday. No sane person reading this complaint could credit the story. Mr. Combs looks forward to having his stay in court where these lies and the perverse motives of those who told them will be revealed. The I'll Be Missing You rapper, who is currently behind bars and awaiting his federal trial to start on May the 5th, has vehemently denied all accusations made against him and has pleaded not guilty of all charges. One of my close friends told me something, and I will always stick to this. If the FBI showed up, if the FBI is there, the case is closed, bitch. No. Okay. One, I hear you, Terrance. Like, I hear where he's coming from. I'm trying to be open-minded, but this season I told myself I was just gonna keep it real, right? That's what the devil horns are all for. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. Being a queer, Black creative in this industry at this time, right now, and being out and open, bitch, you gonna be looking, no matter what I get up here and say, somebody gonna come in the comments on some bullshit anyway. I'm gonna be the bad guy to somebody's story. So I'm gonna keep it real, right? Ain't no way Terrance is 60-something years old, 50-something years old, and still worried about people thinking that he's gay. Like, right? Like, him not playing a gay role or whatever. Okay, cool, bitch. You won't win an Oscar. So, and not that I'm saying that, I know that they think that if you wear a wig or whatever, you'll get the Oscar, and that's a whole thing. But I think it's you putting yourself aside for your craft, right? And telling somebody else's story. The fact that you don't even think that you could tell a gay person's story and you're above that is weird to me. Like, after all these years or whatever, blah, blah, blah. However, I'm with you when you're right. And and Combs is trying to fuck, child. Niggas would do this over and over again, right? Like, even in my own personal life, like, they want me to teach them how to do social media. They want me to teach them how to write songs or put a song together independently or start a podcast. Child, okay, I'll come and show you. And then you try to teach them, and it's like they're just looking at you because that's not what they want. That's not what they want. We don't really know what they want, but they don't want to learn how to write a hook, bitch. He don't want to learn how to act, child. And yeah, if he's staring at you, I'm with the assistant girl. I think he keep bringing you over here to try to fuck. And I hope more stars, closer we get to it, tell their side of the story because they were all there. Child, there's video proof of it. There's photos. Child, y'all was all up there. And that's why that man is pissed because y'all all were there. And all y'all knew it was consensual at the time. But like I said in the previous, hot topic, child, but they were on, you had MDMA allegedly in your baby oil. So they were high, Puff. Allegedly, he was switching out juices for more vodka. Like, they trying to drink an orange juice, bitch, and it was already spiked. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have regular mixers at this party. That's where the legal stuff comes to. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, yeah, like, we all, like, when you got us high, yes, I'm sucking and fucking everything that's past me. But, bitch, how did I get there? Bitch, where was I last night? Girl, if I wake up in the morning and don't remember eating Madonna's coochie, all night long, bitch, that's a problem. That's a crime. And so shout out to Terrence Howard. I get for sticking to his guns, even though I think it's kind of crazy. But shout out to Terrence Howard for, not going and peeping, what Diddy was trying to put down. But I don't think everybody has that kind of story. So that's where they're quiet. Do you get where I'm coming from? Everybody don't got that success story. Everybody, they weren't on the other side. They probably, they weren't on the other side of victory when it comes to them Diddy freak-offs, child. Oh, could you imagine what it smells like at a Diddy party? Like a freak-off? And I talked about it before. I would go. I would be all up in them freak offs, maybe one or two times, but I would leave at a right time. Like one, he might have got me one time. You know, I don't really do drugs or anything like that. I keep my own lotion. I try not to stay ashy. I always say an ashy hand should never throw shade. And so I always keep my own Aquaphor. Like I keep my own vitamin E oil, a little pocket size. So I wouldn't really need his baby oil. I mean, I think that was for the prostitutes or whatever. But like, bitch, okay, you got me with the mixers, right? Like I love a tequila, cran, tequila, and water or whatever. Like I'll get loose and you fuck around and put it in my OJ or whatever. Like, bitch, like, okay, you got me that one time. The next time, bitch, I'm bringing my own everything. And I would stay, but I would leave around like 3 o'clock, right? Because I feel like after that, by the sun up, that's where the weirdos and the creeps and them niggas start acting up, right? Like with the ones who really ain't that high, they just want to do, like, have an excuse to just fuck Odell Beckham Jr., child, like, you know, all night long, like, crying. I feel like they probably also weren't just fucking, you know, on drugs, LSD, all that shit. Them niggas crying in corners and running and chasing each other and shit like that, playing tag. And girl, at that point, I probably would have got my nut and left. Got my purse. I had work in the morning. I'm a working girl. So I would have something to do in the morning. But I would have been there. And I wish more people would have been honest about that. Like, I'm the only one who would have went to a Diddy freak off. I would have just went with caution. Leave a comment below. Especially the first time, right? Everybody was there. Everybody was there, right? I tell people all the time, the moment that Justin Bieber would have showed up, it would have been the time I would have left. If Justin Bieber, he just looked like when he's high and drunk, he does not smell his best. So I would have probably smelled him before he got to me, and I would have just dipped. Leave a comment below. Come on out and tell the truth. Would you go to a freak off party like back in the, like, just keep it real. Keep it real. I would have went. I would have definitely went. I would have organized one, you know, but I would have went. And I'm going to keep it real. I'm standing beside that. Y'all can play like y'all would have never went. Bitch, y'all know y'all would have went over there for a chance to fuck. Whoever at that time, who wasn't going to a damn Diddy party. And that's the show. Leave a comment below. Make sure you guys subscribe, rate and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. 5 stars on your audio plats because I am a 5-star bitch, okay? Subscribe, follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis. TikTok.com/Carmine Davis. Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. I'm Carmine Davis everywhere. I love you guys.